They're like crunchy on the outside. You rip these things open, you got like nice juicy chicken on the inside. Man, try it out. Tell them how it is. Cheers.
Got it.
Okay, so step number one, it's gonna be cutting up the chicken breast, okay? Pretty straightforward, but I'm still gonna show you guys how to do it just to make sure you guys know how to do it. So basically, you just wanna cut it into like Chick-fil-A type size. So what I do is I take the chicken breast like this, I get a nice knife, and I like to cut on a slant. I don't know why, I just think it just comes out better. So I'm just gonna cut on a slant like this. So the first piece, come over here, Steve, you show them. First piece is like about there-ish, yeah? I'm gonna cut that, and then boom, we got that. Cut another slice. So I keep it about an inch. You know, that's the way I like it. You know, if you like more bigger pieces, the bigger pieces will have a more juicy chicken inside. Whereas if you do the more little slices, it's gonna be a little like more crispy overall. You know what I mean? So I like mine a little more like crispy and drier. So I go with the smaller slices. But if you want to make these more into like chicken tenders, you know, feel free to do that, man. Like this, you know, with these recipes, it's always like change it the way you like it, right? So boom, I got this. I still think that's too big for me, right? Like I'm just gonna cut that in half. So I like pieces like that. That's a pretty nice piece. I'm gonna take each slice here and I'm gonna cut into like about a Chick-fil-A size, you know? So that's like a nice proper size for me. That one looks pretty good too. And I'll just take each slice here, cutting on a nice slant because I don't know, I just like the shape of it. And boom, we got these. So the great thing about this recipe is it's really fast. You know, you literally just take this chicken breast, you dice it up. We're gonna add the seasonings, which I'll show you in a second. See, this piece is a little too big for me, so I'm gonna cut it again. You add the seasoning. This recipe is supposed to be really fast. You can get this whole thing done within like from a raw chicken breast straight to a ready meal, like less than 30 minutes. So that's the great thing about this recipe. Super fast, super efficient. You know, I just finished with the gym right now. I literally just got back from a pull day, and you know, I just got this raw chicken breast, and I'm just gonna make this meal real quick, less than 30 minutes. All right, so once you got these things cut up into nice little squares, take a Ziploc bag. You can also use a bowl if you want to use a bowl, but that just adds extra dishes, right? We're all about efficiency out here. So you take this bag, throw all the chicken in there, just like that, and this is where we're going to add the spices. So, all right, so once you got it in the bag, it's super simple. Now it's time for the seasonings, all right? Now this is the magic of this recipe, all right? Not a lot of people know this, a lot of people do. So this might be new to some people, but baking powder, okay? I know it's weird, but this is the magic of the recipe. This is what's gonna give the chicken that crispiness, okay? If you just air fry, you know, if you just season normal chicken breast and air fry it, it doesn't come out that crispy. Like it's kind of crispy, but it's not there. This is what turns it into the Chick-fil-A nuggets. This is the magic thing. This is necessary, okay? And on top of that, guys, it's 0 calorie, okay? It's 0 calorie. So you're not adding any unnecessary calories. You can have this on a cut, and it makes these into amazing nuggets. So what I do is for one chicken breast, I do about 1 teaspoon of this, okay? So I got a nice teaspoon here. And it's not a heaping scoop, like not like that. You just want about, you know, shake it off. Like about that much, just like a nice normal teaspoon. Now you don't want to add too much. If you add too much, it kind of clumps up a little bit, and it'll kind of burn too in the air fryer. It doesn't burn horribly, but it'll burn a little bit. So you want to get a nice, just 1 teaspoon per chicken breast. All right, throw that on top of there, and that's the perfect amount. You know, I've experimented with less, more. This is the perfect amount. Super simple and consistent. Now after that, everything else is like up to you. So you just put whatever you like. You know, you can put like Cajun seasoning, lemon pepper, like honestly whatever you like. Just season it the way you like it. Make the recipe yours. Now just the way I do it is I take some salt. So I just put about like a pinch, you know, of salt. Maybe about there-ish. Just a nice little pinch of salt. Throw that into the bag. All right. And surprisingly with this recipe, so normally when I do normal chicken breast and it's not like this Chick-fil-A nuggets, I usually season the shit out of my food. Like I put all kinds of stuff and I load it. But surprisingly with these, like I don't put a lot of seasoning because it just somehow comes out really flavorful and good anyways. So I take some chili flakes. I like those. It adds a little bit of spice and like texture, but not too much of this either. You know, I just kind of sprinkle it in there. Boom, that's it. You know, everything's eyeball around here besides the the baking powder, that's measured. Everything else is eyeballed. Last thing I put, garlic powder. So garlic powder, you know, adds some good flavor. Once again, not too much, just a little shake, you know, just like that's about perfect for me. And the last thing I add, it's not really necessary, but I just like to add it because it adds healthy fats. I add some extra virgin olive oil. If you're gonna use oil, ideally use like olive oil or something that's like healthier, not like some shit vegetable oil. And you don't have to add a lot of this. I just add some because it just makes the chicken a little crispier and more flavorful. And once again, this is really healthy for you. So it's like a lot of people, they try to like stay away from fats and stuff. And like, if you can't fit this in your diet, then like you're doing something wrong, honestly. So just a nice little, you know, sprinkle. That probably added about like 100 calories-ish. But that's really the only thing we're adding that adds calories to the chicken. So at the end of the day, you literally got the chicken breast. That's the macros, you know, high protein, low fat, low carb. And this is the only thing we're adding that adds calories. Once you have that, close up the bag. And this is why I like using the bag. It makes the whole process cleaner and easier because then you just shake it up. You know, get it everywhere. You know, shake it, mush it around. Get every single piece of these chickens covered. And that's already looking good. See, as you can see, they're all covered. You can see every single piece is covered. So that's it. And now they're ready to cook. So I'm gonna take you guys over to the air fryer and show you exactly how to lay these out to cook them perfect. So now we're gonna cook it. We're gonna use the air fryer. You can use any air fryer, of course. Now, a little life hack for you guys, okay? Use parchment paper, okay? This is like the stuff you use for like when you're baking stuff. Add this to your air fryer, okay? For two reasons. For one, the chicken's not gonna stick to the air fryer, so when it comes to flipping them halfway through, it's gonna be a lot easier. And on top of that, you don't have to clean your air fryer as much, because like it's basically cooking the chicken on this, it's not gonna make any mess. So you don't have to you don't have to clean every single time. So for me, I gotta like cut mine out just because my air fryer is like a scuffed circle. I swear it's like the only air fryer that's a circle. Every other one's like nice size, rectangles and stuff. So I take this and I just lay it inside, all right, covering the surface area, all right. Now I also have, you know, some low-calorie olive oil spray. You know, it's just good to make it not stick, and you don't have to add extra high-fat oil since we already added some. So I'm just gonna spray down the bottom. Perfect. Now we take our bag. Now I only cook one chicken breast at a time because my air fryer is a little smaller. You can't cook more at once, but for me, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my food. I want it to be, you know, perfectly crispy, right? And the key to making it crispy is making sure that the chickens aren't touching, all right? If it's overcrowded and all the chicken nuggets are like touching each other, then the air is not gonna be able to get around the chicken, okay? Oh, is the lighting bad? All right, we're good now. So if they're all overcrowded, then it's not gonna get as crispy, right? Because all those edges that are touching each other, those edges are not gonna be getting crispy, all right? So I like to cook one at a time just because my air fryer is small. But you just wanna take these and spread them around, all right? Just like that. Give them space, make sure, you know, it doesn't have to be big space, just enough for air to get around it, okay? So I just like I said, I just dump the whole pack in like this and I just kind of move them around. So as you see, it's pretty easy to make the space. All right, and that's like looking pretty good. So yeah, see, every piece of chicken has space and they're not touching. Now at this point, you're almost done the recipe basically. You just gotta turn this thing on. Now I like to flip it halfway through, all right? So the key to making this recipe is you turn on your air fryer. You're gonna go to whatever your air fry mode, and you're gonna put it for 375 Fahrenheit, okay? And for the first half, you're gonna put it for 12 minutes, all right? Click play. In this time frame, like I said, this is all about efficiency, right? So like I said, I just got home from the gym. I went from a raw chicken breast straight to a bag, straight to the air fryer. At this point, you know, with these 12 minutes, I could go hit a shower, you know, do something efficient. By the time I come back, then I can flip them. So you're gonna let it go for 12 minutes at 375, and then after, when you flip them halfway through, which I'll show you again, you're gonna let it go for about another 12 to 15 minutes. All right, so it kind of depends on the chicken breast, depends on your air fryer. you know, just at the 12-minute mark on the second half, just kind of check on it. Mine usually goes for about 14, 15 minutes though. So we're just gonna chill out, let it go for 12 minutes, and I'll show you guys how to flip them. All right, so just finished, 12 minutes went by. Now it's time to open this thing up. And this is about what it should look like, you know, just like this. So basically just take each piece and flip it. So simple as that. And you see with the parchment paper, it's so easy to flip. Normally, at least for mine, because you can see it's kind of like grilled, like its grills down there, this chicken would be sticking like crazy, and like you'd be ripping chicken and stuff, and you lose the edges. It's horrible. So parchment paper is a life hack here. And like I said, on top of that, when it comes to cleaning it, you don't have to clean it every single time. You can get away with a few cooks. So we're just gonna basically take every single piece, you just flip it. Simple as that. We flipped every single piece. I think so. If I missed one, mention in the comments. And then we're just gonna close it again. And then we're gonna turn this back on. Same old thing. You know, your air fryer mode, 375. And then like I said, the second half, put it for 15 minutes. Check on it at 12 minutes. But it should be about there. Mine, I know, just goes at about 13-ish minutes. It's gonna be perfect. And then they're basically done. I'll show you guys the end product. Alright, so they just finished. I took them out at about like 13-ish minutes as usual. Now another thing about the parchment paper. It's actually really nice. Oh man. Alright, so nice thing about the parchment paper, you can just pull this out like this. So it makes it even easier. And I dump them out. Now look at that. Let me take them over here. Alright, so you see these chicken nuggies, they're more crispy than they would be if I didn't add the baking powder. And that's what I'm talking about. The baking powder is like, it's the life hack. It's what makes these things have this like shell to them. So if I even show you guys here, and as you let them cool down, they get even crispier, right? Because like the shell gets, you know, hardened. But like you can take these like chicken nuggies and like just look at this, right? They're like crunchy on the outside. You rip these things open, you got like nice juicy chicken on the inside. Bro, I'm telling you, these things are insane. You get some low calorie dipping sauce with it. Cameraman, try it out. Tell them how it is. Cheers.
Got him.
Oh, yeah. I'm not kidding. This is gonna change the way you guys see chicken breast, because think about it, guys. We took a chicken breast, we added seasonings that don't add any extra calories. So all the seasonings were 0 calories, so we're still at just like chicken breast macros. And then me, I add the olive oil just because it adds healthy fats. If you really want it and you want to keep it really low calorie, don't even add that and just use like low calorie spray. And you're basically having like crazy good chicken nuggets that are very similar to Chick-fil-A for super low calories. And also, if you guys have this brand around you guys, G Hughes, this one is so similar to Chick-fil-A sauce, this famous clucking. He's got lower calorie ones too. Like this one's 100 calories for like 2 tablespoons, but he's got other ones where it's like 15 calories and stuff like that. But this one's pretty similar to Chick-fil-A sauce. So like if you want to get like something similar, this one's pretty good. It's not as good as Chick-fil-A sauce, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's slightly worse, but like for being lower calorie and stuff, it's not bad. But yeah, that's basically it. You got nice chicken nuggets. These things took from raw chicken breast into a ready cooked meal in less than 30 minutes because they cook for about 24. The prep time literally takes about a minute and you're good to go. I'm telling you guys, try this recipe at home. It's gonna be delicious. If you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like the video, comment, you know, do all that good stuff. And expect some more cooking videos because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty fucking crazy in the kitchen. I make my meals super healthy, super good. You know, I don't eat boring, bland food. So I'm gonna teach you guys more of my recipes. I'm gonna upload some workout help and tips, stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in that content, be sure to subscribe. That's about it. See you guys in the next video. Peace.